This is a video in 2 parts. Part 2 involves me writing a track with my newest library from Somerville Sounds, the Elskavon Toolkit. The bass, keys, plucks, and vocal sounds you're hearing set the stage for the subject of Part 1. A guitar I never thought I'd buy, but has become my go-to. And more importantly, it's made me fall in love with learning the guitar all over again. Perhaps you're only here for my thoughts on the guitar, but if you like the track you're hearing, I'll show you how I made it. I might even share a discount code for the Elskavon Toolkit and other Somerville libraries, but you'll have to stick around to get it. I bought something that I swore I would never buy. A Squier. Judge me if you want, the name Squier has always meant junk. I get a lot of it is just in my head. I want to have the best gear that people think is great and I think is great and has a story and is old. I'm also pretty sure that the name Squier meant low quality 20 years ago or so, or 15 years ago, 10 years ago. But I'm hearing more rumblings about how it's gotten a lot better. This has been a summer of me learning the guitar. Now, obviously I've been playing guitar for a long time. Many of you found this channel because of guitar videos that I made, but I'm a memorized chords player, which is kind of embarrassing after all these years. Guess what? I'm trying to finally learn the neck. I watched a few videos that really made it click for me. A Paul David's video, I'll link to it. Guthrie Trapp, I've been watching his videos on YouTube. Fantastic. I'm also a huge War on Drugs fan, so I started watching all their videos, and I see a Jazzmaster all the time. I've never known much about the Jazzmaster, so did a little research and found a few videos that were very compelling about this particular Jazzmaster, the J Mascis. I know that's upside down. So I went to my local guitar shop and I played every Jazzmaster. I started at the top and worked my way down. The one at the top was like $3,500. It was amazing. Yes, I'll take that. The rest of them were okay. But then I got to this one and I picked it up and I played it and I was trying to make myself think, okay, what do you like about this? What do you not like about it? This was my favorite one. I'm not exaggerating. There's just something about the way the neck feels in my hand and the way it plays. I'm also new and my wife is here. Give me 1 minute, babe. I'm not a pickup master. I know it's nothing like a Tele. It's nothing like a Strat. It's its own thing. And for some reason, the acoustic guitar player in me feels a little more comfortable with the sound. Maybe I'm making that up. It makes me want to play guitar. So today's goal was not to make a video about this. I was trying to tell you more about the Elskavon Toolkit, which is a Somerville Sounds library. I made this track and I played guitar to it. Well, after I built this little track, just something for me to play with and the beginnings of an idea, I played guitar for the next 4 hours. And that's where we are. This is not an in-depth review. Don't take my word for it. Go watch the other videos. Rhett Scholl, Chris Buck, is that his name? I hope I'm getting that right. This bar here, it does make a little noise. It's cheap. That's one of the complaints I heard. It feels solid in my hands, and I love the sound that comes out of it. So that's what you're going to get from me. Now, to this track. Got soft drums here. Boom, 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 boom. Now, the Elskavon Toolkit. I knew I was going to make a video about this, so I decided I would have a bass, keys, pads, plugs, and vocals. Here is the keys. F, G, E minor, back to F. I am automating this giant knob here. As the track builds in intensity, it's also bringing in those extra harmonics. A quick and very basic theory breakdown of this track. It is in the key of C, but it starts on the 4 chord, which is an F, and I'm just doing an octave with my left hand, and the 3rd and the 5th with my right. The 2nd chord goes up to the 5 chord, which is G, octave, G, B, and D, and then an E minor, E, G, B, and then back to F. I get it's the same chord progression over and over again. If I turn this into an artist type style track, I might trick it up a little bit later on, but part of the charm in this track and these types of tracks is the hypnotic nature. It just does the same thing over and over again, but through automation and MIDI and through changing the way I play the guitar parts, the track evolves over time, not to mention the drums and the way that I add and subtract and multiply instruments over the course of the track. You will not be hearing a final track in this video because it's not done. So I at least wanted to get you in my brain and show you my methodology. Then we have a bass patch. That's probably something I will play. Just simple chords. I went with tapered softy. My favorite sound is when this vocal patch comes in. Godio Vox looped. We have a plucked sound. I actually played this in. I'm automating the filter. Now we have this other ARP. This time I'm actually using the arpeggiator. I have it on a down-up pattern. The rate is set to 1/8 notes, and you can see where I put the emphasis. As for the guitar, this is where my learning the neck comes in. I've been learning how to play my basic triads all over the neck. So I've got my F down here in root position, and then I've also got this version. I put my pinky down. And I've got the A shape up here. And my G, quite similar. I'm trying to avoid that shape. So I've got this position up here, which I guess is the C shape, right? Because it's built off that chord. I can almost play that. And then we've got this G, or because I know how YouTube works, my guess is some of you are like, duh, why didn't you learn this 25 years ago? And others of you are watching it going, I need to learn the neck. It's really quite simple. I've got to learn the notes on the neck. It's not rocket science. It's just learning the notes on the neck. I can do this, and so can you. And I added some rhythm guitars. And then I added these big nasty guitars at the beginning. And then we have my lead. I don't even know if I'm going to keep any of this. The point of this video is not to say, look at this amazing track I've made. I guess there's 2 points. One, guitars are cheap now, and they're amazing. And if you find one that sounds good and plays good, who cares what it says on the headstock? I'm talking to myself. Lesson number 2, the Elskavon Toolkit is a lot of fun. This was just a couple hours of work, and I got lost in a song and learned a lot more about the guitar neck. But I have something. I can come back tomorrow and see where it goes. The Elskavon Toolkit sale is already over, the intro pricing, but if you use the code ETK20, maybe you'll get $20 off. I don't know. If you see this in 5 years, that code probably won't work. Sign up for the email list. You'll get a little special gift when you do that as well. Lots of special gifts from me and the guys at Somerville. Watch this video. Talk soon.